Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Okay, that's strange. Where am I? Okay, I see myself there. Uh oh, okay. Got to get used to that. I don't think we'll be here more than an hour and a half, three at the most. No, I know today is going to be an hour, and that is a promise. Mm, okay. Oh no, wait. All right. Okay, let me try something here. Um anyway, I hope this works. Ah, that did work. Okay. All right. Make a note of that. Remember to do that next time. Okay. And I tell you. Anyway, there's a software update tonight, so I think that'll take some of the complication out of this. I hope. Yeah. Uh let's hope the software update helps. All right. And oh no. Okay. All right. Tell you what, got one more thing I need to do. That's why that looks like that. Okay. Oh, by the way, you guys, Dorothy Ross told me to tell you all hello, and she sends her love. She she had some things she needed to do, and but she is still around, and she is listening in. I believe she was with Duchess of Success today. So if you watch Duchess of Success, then you probably know she says hello. But okay, let me try that one more time. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, it's coming. Hello to Burnout Millennial, Sherry Ware, Bonzola Adams, Akoi Farms, Lydia Washington, Fancy Fancy, Chantel Dixon. Oh, well, let me see who was here first. Mary H. Thank you so. Henrietta Phillips. Thank you. Janice Goodrich. Peace and joy. Ah, there we go. Finally. I thought that was appropriate. Karma. Karma. The Karma Express has arrived. Um, I tell you, sometimes you could wish the worst. You can plot behind your own brother's back. You could take the side of the help. You could take the advice of the help and see where they that one more time and see where that got you. See where that got you. Can you say loser? Or losers, plural. And of course, nothing satisfies me more than that crowd outside of Commonwealth Day. That seems like that rattled their cage real good. I mean, to tell you, they were a bit shaken, not stirred. Just nobody stirred them up. They were just shaken. And I mean, like somebody had put them in the spin cycle, okay? Like somebody took a couple of radio blankets and threw them in the spin cycle. That's how shook they were. They were fit to be tied. Oh, you know, there are some people who probably don't approve of the glee that I am feeling right now, but that's how I feel, and that's all to it. Um, all I can say, if anybody had it coming, I'm not good at turning the other cheek. Check it out. Black women show off black women show off their La Crusade to defend Meghan Markle. We too deserve nice things. Why is anyone surprised? Oh gosh, I can barely see that. Okay, hold on. I can barely see that. Uh, that's okay. That's easy to fix. There we go. Why is anyone surprised or disturbed that she would have beautiful colored coordinated cookware? Asked MSNBC senior contributing editor Michelle Norris. Why would anybody be surprised? What is the shock about? Um, why is everyone surprised or disturbed that Meghan Markle would have beautiful color coordinated cookware? MSCB, blah, 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 Michelle Norris wrote. Anyway, thanks to Meghan Markle effect, scientifically studied phenomenon wherein companies report dramatic increases in sales thanks to the Duchess. The Lux cookware brand has quickly sold out of multiple products in is meringue colorway. British supermarket chain Waitrose also said its website has seen interest spike for ingredients like edible flowers and truffle salt that she used on the show. When it comes to things like this, is the money stupid? Do you remember years ago when Bill Clinton was running for president and they had this little mantra? Is the economy stupid? Well, here it is definitely the money. It's all about the money. Um, I mean, of course, for Megan, it's for love of homemaking and crafting and such. But for the companies like La Crusade, it's all about those Benjamins or all about those euros or all about those liras. I think I actually still have a lira coin. But yeah, it's about that. They are in the business to make money, also to craft some of the best cookware available. I mean, look at that pyramid of pans on the right side. Have you ever, have you ever? And then, of course, the little small image right there. Look at that, a little heart shape roasting oven, Dutch oven, something. I mean, who would have thought about it? But it is a real thing. I mean, that is cookware that you can take from the oven to the table, and you would not have any hesitation allowing your guests to see your refined taste in cookware. I mean, this is like heirloom quality. You could pass it on to the next generation and the next. Francilia Mosley, I think you're in the same mood I am today. Yeah, somebody else is getting their comeuppance, and rightly so. I mean, it's been a long journey. It's been quite a battle, but oh, you know what? Let me grab my coffee. I made a cup of coffee and forgot to get it. Okay, I'm back. La Crusade. I tell you, the more I look at it, the more I want one too. I think they should refer to I think the color that Meghan used is called brioche. They should just name it Meghan. That's what they should do. They should name that color Meghan. Okay. Also, I love the blue. That looks like a dream. That looks like a dream, doesn't it? La Crusade. The first La Crusade foundry opened in 1925 in Fresnoy-le-Grand, France. It's La Grande. The D is silent. In Fresnoy-le-Grand, France. Am I saying it right? Anyway, where did I leave off? Oh, and every piece of La Crusade cast iron cookware passes through the hands of 15 skilled craftsmen. Today, we offer the most exclusive selection of La Crusade pieces with new shades and sizes available often. So shop all the La Crusade cookware. Well, they do have a list of outlet stores. So if you like to go and put your hands on it, that's a great idea. I saw someone posted an image of her La Crusade, and she actually went to the outlet store and they gave her a gift. It was like a little pot with a little lid on it, like something you could cook a, a single serving of, say, shepherd pie in your oven, and, without the lid, of course. Or you could serve, I guess, fondue inside of it. But anyway, it was the cutest little pot with a lid. And they said she said she received a gift. So I don't know if they do that for everyone, but you might consider visiting the La Crusade, a Crusade that is, outlet store. So, how do you pronounce La Crusade? Is La Crusade, La Crusade, with the La Crusette or the La Cruye, La Cruyette, or La Croissant? Nope. As you can see, that's not how you say it. It's not La Croissant. It is not La Crusette, not La Cruz, not, wait a minute. It's not La Cruze, and it's not La Crusette. It's French. It's La Crusade. All right, say it with me. La Crusade. One more time. La Crusade. All right. I think you've got it. Hello, Diane Hawkins. Wow, this coffee got me about high as a Georgia pine. It's Chevalier coffee. I think that's French too. It's Chevalier. Okay. So, hey, Mama Janet. Church Nelly. Church Nelly, I had a gift for you the other day. I have to try to see if I can dig it back out again, but I had a gift for you the other day. At the end, of course. La Crusade. Oh, and notice that beautiful wallpaper in the background. That was a greeting card. I think I got that from Lydia Washington. I love the pattern so much that I use it as a background every so often. But isn't that beautiful? Nice colors and shapes and everything. I love that. La Crusade. La Crusade. Not is la, not la Crusade. Well, I'm an American. La Crusade, La Crusade, le Crusade, as in lure, le Crusade, le Crusade. Okay. Speaking of La Crusade, some of those people on the internet are la crusty. They are la crusty. They are crustaceans. They are so crusty. Check it out. Oh, I got a soundbite for you. That's good. It'll give me a chance to drink some coffee. Oh, where's that thing at? Mama wants to know who stole the jam. Who's been in her nice clean kitchen? Who stole the jam? Have you ever heard that song? Mama wants to know who stole the jam. Who's been in her nice clean kitchen? Who stole the jam? Okay, the real Tabitha Speaks. I just love her. She's on Instagram, YouTube, um, TikTok, and when she speaks, I promise you, people listen. Now, let me grab that soundbite for you. Le Coussé, Le Coussé. It is French. Le Coussé. En français. En français. Sur ma vie. Okay. Where are you, girl? Let's get this going. Sur ma vie. Oh no, that's wrong. Nope. Okay, one more time. One more time. Ah, here we go.
Who knew that cookware could be so beautiful? Listen, I know racists and Donald Trump supporters and MAGA nuts and Donald Trump himself and Elon Musk, they are doing all kind of crazy things to try to bait us to come outside. It ain't working on me. You know why? Because over there on Threads, I am on the side where the 92% are showing off their Le Creuset collections. Mm-hmm. They're showing off their Le Creuset collections. They are putting together dishes that the Duchess Meghan, has put together in her new series over on Netflix. So you got Black women all in up and down my timeline showing off their beautiful Le Creuset collections, showing themselves cooking these different dishes. They are in the garden. They are putting together flower arrangements. And all of this is driven from Meghan Markle's new show over there on Netflix. I am having a time. It's pretty over there. It smells good over there. The food is delicious over there. It's peaceful over there. I am having a grand old time over there on Threads. I love my Black women. I love us for real. Y'all talk about a soft life. These women are living the soft life. Listen, Le Creuset, Netflix, y'all better renew Megan's show because Meghan has inspired these ladies to get back into the kitchen, to share their collections. And as a result, I have bought my first piece from the Le Creuset line. I can't wait till it get here so I can show y'all what I got. Baby, who knew?
Okay. See, I'm getting excited. Now I want one. It is kind of exciting though, isn't it? Now I want one. Um, I mean, it's just something about it, you know. It's just like I don't want to be left behind. I want a La Crusade. Yeah. Um, but you know what I hate though? Okay, I want the same pan that Megan has, but why did I find out that it comes in three sizes? Now, see, that's the problem. It comes in three sizes. I don't like choices. I mean, obviously, medium would seem to be the right one, but if Megan has the small one, then I want the small one. If Megan has the medium, then I want the medium. If Megan has the large one, then I want the large one. But they never specified what size it is. So I'm going to spend some time trying to research that because I don't know. But I want exactly what Megan has. Just like I got the same sippy cup, the thermal cup like Megan. I want the same pan Megan got. Okay. I hate choices. It seems to incapacitate me when I have too many choices. Oh yeah, you know what? You're right about that. Megan probably has all of them, right? Wow, this is so exciting. I kid you not, guys. I am genuinely excited. It's exciting. It is. It's like a way to bring people together. I mean, you have kids watching the show with their parents and they're going in the kitchen and making stuff and how could you not be excited by that? Yeah, I'm just going to say it's the medium one too. If you say it's medium, then that's what it is. That way I don't have to ponder over it, what size it is. Uh what? What's that? We are selling our house and moving to France this year. I'm already planning where to buy my La Creuset. Um, I'm not taking these radio stainless steel pans with me. I heard that. All right, Ann Gormley. I wish you the best, and uh, do make sure you send us pictures or something. But now that's a plan. If I have to go to France just to be close to those pans, then I guess I'm gonna get myself a visa. Okay. Oh, and then there's this guy, Luke. His name is Luke, and Luke bought some flowers for himself, and then he has that really cool twin vase that he has on his shelf there, and he has the nicest little collectibles. I love the mini oh gosh, what do you call those scooters? I love those. But yeah, he's got the mini that and then whatever that character is. And then look, he has these a bust of the statue of David with the little ice cream cone stuck in the eye. I thought that was so funny. I love that. But yeah, so he's pampering himself. And what could you say about that? Oh, it says right here, totally influenced by With Love Megan on Netflix. Now I'm buying flowers for my friend who came to visit just to make the place feel cozier, obsessed with the little details. Me too. Me too. I haven't been this excited about something like, you know, I guess pampering yourself, and making a fuss over everyone and making things cozy for your friends and family, all of those nurturing things that you can do for yourself and others. I haven't been this excited for a long time, a very long time. Not since the days of the Oprah Winfrey show, actually. That was the last time that I was like so inspired. I'm like, I got to go get that. I got to, you know what I'm saying? At least this excited. I mean, I have been excited in between, but to this level, it's been a while. Okay. And take a look there. That is also Luke's place. You can see the vase up close. See, it's a twin vase. He puts some, oh gosh, what do you call that? It has that era, oh gosh, it- oh, is it? No, 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 no. Gosh, I can't remember the name of it. What he has with the flowers there. Oh gosh, what is that called? Well, those are tulips on the table, right? But that's a rose. But the other thing that he has with it, um, eucalyptus. Yeah, eucalyptus. I think that's eucalyptus. Yeah, I think he has some eucalyptus. See there? Nope, that's it. Oh, I think the eucalyptus is behind the tulips there. But yeah, those are eucalyptus. Okay. But yeah, little update on my tulips. They're looking prettier every day. There's nothing like I usually get the daffodils. You can buy daffodils sometimes for like $2. And when you get them home and you put them in water, of course, you give them a little snip on the bottom. And when you put them in the water, you go to bed and you wake up and they're already blooming. And then you come back, all of a sudden, they're all in bloom. And that's really cool. That's really cool to know that you have something organic, fragrant, and beautiful in your home. It just brings some good energy to the space. And of course, I have another soundbite for you. This is it Tiffy Starchild? Tiffy Starchild? Yeah, Tiffy Starchild. She had a thing to say about With Love, Meghan. All kind of amazing testimonials. She's on TikTok.
The With Love, Meghan, that recently released on Netflix. And I know that this is not normally the type of show that I cover, but this show is so delightful. I personally think that we need more delight in this world because the world kind of sucks right now. This country kind of sucks right now. And then you have Meghan Markle, who is just so sweet and so genuine. She seems so genuine. It's low stakes, low stress. She's preparing for guests to come over. So she goes out to where her honeybees are and she collects honey, and then she uses the honey and she collects the beeswax, and her friend make beeswax candles together. Prior to that, she had made a cake for them to frost and make together, like a honey lemon something beautiful, very cottagecore type cake. And then she makes this spaghetti. And since watching that episode, it's very funny because then I started seeing the spaghetti like all over my feed. But it's like a one pot spaghetti, and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make that recipe. I was watching this while I was making breakfast, so it was just kind of on in the background. And it's really funny because I was cooking a steak. It's only my second time cooking a steak, and I ran out of butter. And while I was watching it, I was like, I could freak out because who ate the last of the butter, first of all? But I was like, no. What would Meghan do? I pivoted. I used olive oil. It turned out fantastic. But it also reminded me, I don't know, like maybe I want to get into my homemade bag. Maybe I want to explore making things from scratch. A couple years ago, I bought all the supplies to make butter from scratch. The little hand crank thing, the little paddles that you use to put it together. It's been sitting in my cabinet ever since. This is the year. This is March what? March 10th? It's March 10th. This is the month that I'm going to learn how to make butter from scratch. It's just such a feel-good show that I highly recommend. I was not overstimulated. It was very pleasing. And I guess for me, it tapped into that part of me that likes hosting or likes showing love to my friends. Is that considered like acts of service? Making things by hand, being so intentional about what I do for my friends, not to get anything in return, not because it's transactional, but just because it makes my friends feel good, so it makes me feel good. I feel like the world needs more of that, and that's what this show encompasses. Like I said, I'm only on episode 2, but I'm so happy that it was.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little. Yes, and the rainbow. I have seen so many of those fruit rainbows, so many of them. And one of the terms that is being a bit overused lately, it has become a fad, mental gymnastics. But it really did take some mental gymnastics to find some kind of way to hate on the rainbow fruit platter, especially when childhood obesity has spiraled out of control. I just don't get it. And check it out right here. This is from Jennifer Bardsley. She's an author. She says, I binge watched With Love Megan this week, which inspired me to make some sandwiches to bring to a potluck. I had forgotten that I owned this inexpensive tea tray from IKEA. I literally elevated things. Attention to detail, making simple things special is the whole point of the show. I loved every minute of With Love Megan. I think the negative reviews being posted online are probably coordinated by the haters in the British media. She gets it. She gets it. Anyhow, if you're looking for a happy show to stream, I highly recommend it. She totally gets it. She totally gets it. And then check it out over here. Justine Castillion, she says, inspired by With Love Megan on Netflix, I finally got myself a dehydrator for fruits and veggies. Tonight, I put it to good use by making sun-dried tomatoes with garlic and olive oil. Hashtag home cooking. Now that sounds divine. That really sounds good. That really sounds good because um, sun-dried tomatoes in a salad, right, is bliss. I love it. Matter of fact, I haven't had a decent sun-dried tomato in ages, but yeah, it is good stuff. Now, Ashley, and by the way, you guys, the people tried to paint Meghan as being elitist. Meghan did say that if you don't have a dehydrator, you can put your oven on a low setting and dehydrate uh, vegetables the same way you could if you had a dehydrator, which there are a lot of them that people purchase and never use them. You could probably find some still in the box at the thrift store. Look for them at the thrift store. A lot of people buy them and never use them. People buy bread makers, never use them. Of course, I'm a little picky about secondhand things like that, but if it looks practically new, get it. Get it. You're keeping it from a landfill, but that's also an option. Go to the eBay or to the Facebook, whatever that thing is. But yeah, it's just one of those items that some people receive as a gift, some people buy it for themselves, and they practically never use it. But if you're into sun dried or into dehydrated things, then you don't have to spend a lot of money. Or, like Megan said, just put your oven on a very low setting. Okay. Ashley Natrice says, who is responsible for the music selection in With Love, Megan? Because I was definitely dipping in episode 2. And Daniel Martin replied, it's all Megan. She's the superstar DJ. How about that? And then check this out. Pasta Lover recreates Megan Sussex's spaghetti dish and offers his verdict on it. Um, Not only did they report about this on this entertainment site, but they also covered it in that Daily Fail. I couldn't believe it. Of course, the Daily Fail adds a lot of negativity to it, so I wouldn't recommend looking at it there. But it's a keeper. Pasta expert reviews Meghan Markle's controversial one-pot spaghetti recipe. It's a keeper. I don't get this whole thing about controversial spaghetti dish. Really? I'm surprised they didn't use bombshell, Meghan Markle's bombshell spaghetti dish, or Meghan Markle's cringe. What's the other words they use? Bombshell, cringe. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So this guy, Denny Loves Pasta, he actually what do you call it? He re what do you call that when they gosh, and I do it all day. But anyway, he put this on his Twitter, right? So he's been looking around social media and finding where other people have seen the article, and it was in entertainment, it was in the IOL, and check it out. I think it was all because of his original Instagram. Right there, he says skillet spaghetti and as a whatever. But of course, he's talking. There's a caption there. You know what? I didn't think to get the soundbite for that one. But anyway, he loves it. He says it's a keeper. And look at there. Even his little child loves it. Yes, look at the little baby. Even the child loves Meghan's pasta. So what can I say? It's a keeper. You know what? I didn't think to look for that, but why not? Denny Loves Pasta. Okay. Why not find it? Loves pasta. And oh, he is a chef though. This guy is a cook. He's a cook, he's a chef, whatever you call it. Here we go. Nope, that's not it.
World right now. I made Meghan Markle's single skillet spaghetti, and as a pasta expert, let me tell you my true feelings. This is from her new show, With Love, Meghan. She said she makes this for her kids, she puts the leftovers in their lunch boxes, and she didn't really give a precise recipe, but I wrote one up based on what she was doing, and I put it in the caption. Okay, she starts by cutting cherry tomatoes, putting them in a skillet with some olive oil, salt, garlic. Now, personally, I would saute those first to get a little bit more flavor, but she adds the dry spaghetti right on top, then a bunch of lemon zest, and then the stems of some Swiss chard. Now, this is where it gets controversial. She boils water in a tea kettle, adds that to the skillet, cooks the spaghetti for a few minutes, adds kale and Swiss chard, and cooks it some more. And she is right. When you cook pasta in just a little bit of water, you get really starchy water that can make your sauce creamy without cream. When the pasta is done, she adds red pepper flakes, Parmesan, and arugula. I only had spinach. And I don't know, my kids are not as healthy as hers apparently, because they would definitely pick around all of these greens. But I really liked how this turned out. It is fast, and the texture of the sauce is really nice. You can also try this with broth instead of water. That will add a little bit more flavor, because this sauce was just a little bit bland. But I love this method. I love a one-pot meal. So Meghan, I think this recipe is a keeper.
Okay.
If you are struggling with what
I'm going to follow him, because yeah, I'm going to follow him. So he's on Instagram. His name is Denny Loves Pasta. Anna Reese, thank you so much for becoming a new member of Royal Sussex. Thank you very much for that. And as always, thank you so much for being here. Legs, how did I miss that? Got me a La Crusade birthday gift from my in-laws. Wow. I am so jealous. I am so jealous. I want a La Crusade. You see what I mean? It has taken on a life of its own. Anyway, thank you so much, Legs, for the super chat, and congratulations. Now, when was your birthday? Did we miss your birthday or what? But yeah, congratulations on your La Crusade. Very cool. Now that's love. What love is a La Crusade for your birthday. Okay. And check this out. I don't know who these people think they are, but you have some um, other company trying to muscle in on La Creuset. Check it out. Lodge cast iron. Lodge cast iron. Um, Cook like a royal for only $89. I don't want that pan that looks like it's in Meghan's kitchen. I love the way that they found a kitchen that looks just like Meghan's kitchen or the kitchen they used on the show. And they put a baguette and they put some chopped vegetables nearby. And that's a nice try. That really is. That's real cute. But I don't want no large cast iron. I want Le Creuset. Yes. I want the French cookware. I don't want some cheap domestic product. Are you out your, you know what? Your birthday was Monday. Oh, they love your show. My mother in law listens every night, if not following up. Much love to her. She is the sweetest person I know. Love her. Oh, well, um, hey, Mom. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And yeah, I'm all of a sudden now I'm just kind of blushing. I'm kind of blushing. I'm so glad to hear that. But anyway, now you know we got to do a birthday salsa for you. You know we got to do a birthday salsa. If I would have had time, I would have made a card. Um, let's see. Okay. All right. A birthday salsa is coming up. And here we go. All right. Let's see here. Happy birthday and many happy returns of the day. So yeah, anyway, whatever that company is, the lodge or they tried it. They tried it. We rejected. It's just not the same thing. Um I know there's a place in this world for all of us, but we're here for the La Creuset. We want what Megan got. We may not have the home in Montecito, but darn it, we can at least have the cookware. And seriously, though, I am just too excited. I'm too excited. I love it. I didn't know. I mean, I knew it was going to be a big deal when the show came out and everything, but this is just otherworldly. It really is. And what's so pleasing is that you know that the rest of the world can see Meghan the way we do. So I am so glad for that. Okay. All right. Once again, happy birthday. Many happy returns of the day. And as always, thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, that's not bad, actually. And what's next here? Oh, Stella Alfresco. You may remember Meghan mentioned Stella Alfresco. Well, what do we know about Stella Alfresco? Not much, but that Meghan mentioned her. Okay, I'm going to let you hear it in Meghan's words so we can make sure that we are very, very accurate.
Lily got a doll that was, I'm trying to remember who gave it to her the other day. And she has a little baguette and she has a little cheese, this doll does. And the name of the doll is Stella Alfresco. Lily got a doll that was, I'm trying to remember who gave it to her the other day. And she has a little baguette and she has a little cheese, this doll does. And the name of the doll is Stella Alfresco. Lily got a doll that was, I'm trying to remember who gave it to her the other day.
Okay, so that was Meghan speaking to Abigail Spencer and Kelly Zafin McGee, or is it Kelly McGee Zafin? Yeah. So happy birthday, Legs. Wow, that was fast, wasn't it? There you go. Now you got a birthday card. Okay. Whew, I was over here making some fast moves, but I got it done. Okay, so Stella Alfresco. I love it. Stella Alfresco. And apparently, the name of the company is called, I think the company is called Manhattan. Well, check it out. There's Stella Alfresco. Where? In Manhattan. Yeah, oh, it's from the Manhattan Toy Company. There you go. I'm trying to see if Stella has a backstory. Surely Stella Alfresco has a backstory. I mean, she's got a baguette. But I love that name, Stella Alfresco. Well, I don't see a backstory for her. Like what year she was born. Have she ever been to Paris? Nothing. But oh well. Okay. Well, I'm trying to see. Okay. Here it is. Wait. Is that for her? Oh, this is a review about Stella Alfresco. It says, I love the summer feel of this wee baby Stella Peach Alfresco doll. She is so cute and a great addition to our growing wee baby Stella collection. The little details on the cheese and basket are amazing. And I love that it comes with the magnetic pacifier. My girl has been carrying her around since the day she received her as a gift. Definitely recommend to anyone who loves dolls. Oh, so that's a pacifier, right? The little heart-shaped thing in her left hand, that is a pacifier, and it's magnetic. So when she wants a pacifier, she literally puts it up to her mouth and it stays there. So there you go, Stella Alfresco. And I don't know, for some reason, with the freckles and the red hair, I'm guessing that she probably looks a lot like Lily. I love it. I love it. Okay, next, there is Stella walking around Manhattan. Now, that is a AI image, and one of the ways you can tell it's AI is the Empire State Building looks like it needs to go on a diet. You see the Empire State Building? It looks like it needs Ozempic. And then, of course, the cafe bookstore, if you notice the sign over the door, it's misspelled. And the fact that I can see coffee time looks like it's spelled cafe. No, just cough time. Yeah, the one over the door is misspelled. But anyway, I love the image of Manhattan, AI Manhattan. It almost looks like the village of a small, well, I guess you can say Manhattan or New York is a city of villages. So, like a bunch of little small towns. Now, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. That heifer there on the left side worked my last nerve. She is so angry and combative. And so, I mean, she is just frothing at the mouth over the idea of Meghan, a layperson, Meghan, making a one skillet pasta meal. Furious, frothing at the mouth. Now, let me set it up for you. So she goes on, what show is that? Is that the Good Morning Britain? I think it's Good Morning Britain. She goes on Good Morning Britain, or was it This Morning? Either one. They can both be pretty rancid. I think it was Good Morning Britain. And at this point, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll just play the sound. And then we'll talk about it on the other side. But she was so angry, furious.
You were just talking about pilfering some of the celebrities on set. Welcome back, Kate. The show everyone's talking about in her brand new lifestyle series. Meghan Sussex has been giving us an insight into.
By the way, the sound quality is not great.
All these skills.
I'm going to make single skillet spaghetti. Do the whole thing in one pan, just like making a frittata in one pan, one and done. There's a lot of olive oil over it. You put the dry pasta in. You pour boiling water on top. And that's it. You let it kind of boil and do this for 6 minutes in there.
Literally cozy.
It's like the Beyonce song.
Yeah.
Cozy.
Cozy. It's when David says, oh, he sounds quite surprised by what she's going to do.
The fact that she's boiling everything all together. Well, let's see. And Meghan's single skillet spaghetti has caused quite a stir online, so we thought we'd have to play it, put it to the test.
I know.
No pressure, Claire.
But it has caused quite a stir this time.
It has caused quite a stir, pardon the pun, because you do stir this pan a lot. I basically decided that I'm going to test this, not think that the fact that it's Meghan's recipe.
Yeah.
I'm just going to test it as if it's a recipe that I'm bringing on this morning.
Sure.
And see, is it good enough for TV? Is it good enough to share with the nation? Because I think that's what the recipe should be.
Is it good enough for TV? Is it good enough for TV? A collection of very simple ingredients. Is it good enough for TV? Lord have mercy.
I mean, the truth is
in the tasting. Okay, actually, we take this off the heat first. I've got to get into her mindset. Okay, so there's no heat on this, okay? We're putting in the tomatoes with no heat on there. And then we're putting in sliced garlic on top of this. Putting in other ingredients in there. So this is what it's like when it'll take 6 minutes cooked. And then what she adds into this is she puts in, let me see, she puts in all these greens, which is chard.
and carbonaro, and then she also puts in parmesan. Perspective is that when you are, let me serve you up some here. When you're putting in the rocket cooked like this, it gets a little bit slimy. But do you know what? The proof is in the pudding. So let's have a taste.
Now, there was no reason why she had to say that when you're putting it in the bowl, it gets a little slimy. That image you see right there is her saying it gets a little slimy when she tries to plate it or put it in the bowl or whatever. And yeah, and it gets a little slimy, but keep listening.
So I think, have a taste of this and just think, is this a delicious pasta? Because if this is on television, it should be a delicious pasta. Some understanding about flavors.
I like all very well. Pasta's cooked brilliantly.
Yep.
The spaghetti's fantastic.
Yeah. Excellent experiment, Claudia.
Thank you, Clodagh.
For details of today's recipe, check out our.
So the guy says it's delicious and the pasta is cooked brilliantly. Okay. Now, when she gave them the food, when she put it in the bowl and handed it to him, this is the face that she made. She just kind of, that is the little face she pulled. And then as she's watching them, she's like this. She came out so hostile. But I want you to pay, there's another one here. I want you to listen to her.
And then she also puts in parmesan, which when I watched it yesterday, I was like, so she was grating her parmesan in the big side of the grater.
When she grated her parmesan, she grated it on the big side of the grater. That is a capital offense that Meghan used the big side of the grater. And guess what she's doing right there? She's using the big side of the grater. Listen to it again. Listen to it again.
Chard and carbonaro, and then she also puts in parmesan, which when I watched it yesterday, I was like, so she was grating her parmesan in the big side of the grater. I think that probably hurt every chef out there, because when you do that, you're getting really big, thick pieces of parmesan, and it won't melt evenly across the pasta. That cooks for 3 minutes.
So if you use the smaller side, it would melt more evenly.
Exactly.
So why did she use the big side?
I don't know. Then she puts chili in at the end like this. Chard and carbonara.
I mean, she was so angry. She was so angry. Well, why did she use the big side? I don't know. And then she grabs the Parmesan and she used the big side of the grater, which I was like, oh no, that would just hurt every chef I know. Unbelievable. Why? Do they have any idea that they've lost and that this just makes them look utterly ridiculous? And at the end, while they were saying, you know, oh, this is where you find the recipe, such and such, notice that they're still holding on to the bowls. They never did put the bowls down. When they closed it out, they were still holding the bowl. Even though I don't even know what her name is, but even though she was making all these faces and making it seem like everything was so icky and yucky, it still came out perfect. She used the big side of the grater. Well, what's wrong with that? Well, it doesn't melt as well because you have these big chunks of Parmesan. Well, maybe she wants the big chunks of Parmesan. Look at her face. Look at her face. like somebody just handed her well, I don't even want to say that, but like they handed her something so revolting and disgusting, and she's holding it like it's so. These are ingredients that she brought for the occasion. It gives new meaning to the term unhinged. It really does. And yet, you where's the other guy at? You have this guy. He said that using the pasta water definitely makes it creamy. Now he said if you want more flavor, I would use chicken broth, right? But you know, some people are vegan and would just rather have it like that, and without, you know, the real Parmesan. Maybe they would substitute something, but who knows? Whatever the case may be, it was just so pathetic and so desperate. Pathetic, desperate. I mean, she's the way she was snatching up the ingredients and throwing them into the pan and such. It was just so petty. Absolutely petty. And then the faces. Yeah, yeah. They're still using the recipe. Whatever you think, you're still using the recipe. And then there's these two. Those two constantly trying to figure out, how do I clone Harry and Meghan and reinvent their movements and try to make them my own. I want to dress like them. I want to move like them. I want to do as they do. And maybe the world will accept us. This is an occasion where Kate actually rode a bus, probably for the first time in years. She rode a bus, a coach bus, a privately chartered bus, right? What does it cost to bus children to a royal event? £5,205. Freedom of Information release number 021111 from Middlesbrough Council to the royal for the royal photo op of, what was it, February the 13th, 2025. Republic probably were the ones that asked for it. Or no, I think whoever asked for it is forwarding this to Republic. No More Monarchs, No King Charlie, and so on. School transport costs of transport of 12 schools to use as Middlesbrough Football Club car park. It costs the council on average £5,205 to bus in children for royal photo op, for the children to come out and wave the flags. And this is how they do it. This is how they do it. Hello, Ivy here. Hey, Ivy, I didn't know you were here. I haven't been paying much attention to the chat today. Check it out over here. Just to give you an idea, Middlesbrough Council spent $40,529 on royal visitation of February 2025. This is not covered by the sovereign grant. I repeat, this is not covered by the sovereign grant. So let's see what's on that list on the left side there. Okay, planning and event management. So the vehicle was the 5,155 pounds 50. Sound engineer 550. security, 8,238 pounds. The choir was 1,500. 700 for toilets. Traffic management, 1,590. 3,000 pounds for traffic regulation order, fencing, medics, hostile vehicle, what is that? Mitigation hire, removal of vehicles for clearway enforcement. Sounds like they towed cars to make sure that they could have the street open. Street trading permits, artist fee for love IRL sculpture. What else? Photography, and school transport. There's that 5,000 pounds again. So total 38,850 pounds for a photo op. Almost 40,000 pounds for a photo op. If they did not do things like this, you would probably have little or no turnout. You could not share that information and have a crowd show up unless it was, I don't know why they just don't go to the school and, have everything, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that is the price of the photo op. Kate is beginning to buckle. As I said, in 2023, in December of 2023, she ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it. It's a lot of energy. It takes a lot for Kate to pretend to be something that she's not. It's exhausting for her. It's easier for William than it is for Kate. William is a bigger bully, and so he, has the luxury of being the future king, and nobody obstructs him or get in his way or anything. But as for Kate, whose future in the monarchy seems uncertain, seeing that they didn't even share her for the Women's Day post on Instagram, her future is pretty uncertain. Who knows what's going to happen to her? I don't think it's any accident that she wore that red coat with the big gigantic bow, the same one that she wore for the president of South Korea. I don't think it's any accident, except for today, she's wearing the tights, and she emerged from the vehicle like a proper princess, as opposed to no tights and wearing some kind of mini skirt under that cape that she wore. Attention seeking, and it backfired. And it backfired in the most epic way. Now, I'm not saying that she's medicated. I'm saying she looks medicated. She looks medicated, and she looks exhausted. I don't believe that this is the result of whatever happened to her in 2024. This is something different. This is what we saw in 2023 before she disappeared. At any time, she could just take as much time away from the public as she wants, but the alleged negotiation that has gone on with Kate and the institution, it is said that they negotiated the future of her position in the royal family. And I believe that's true. I believe that she and William are separated, and that they have agreed to to put on a show for the sake of the future of the monarchy and the future King George, but it's too much for her. It is too much for her. All of the time that she's been devious and such, trying to strike out against Meghan, trying to be a team player with her husband and the monarchy, is taking a toll on her. Those unguarded moments like that. And then if that's not enough, when she arrives at Westminster Abbey, all hell breaks loose because of the Republic people. And thank God for them. That's all I can say is thank God for Republic. Because I believe that this is the best kind of karma. It really is. Because I would hate to see someone so cruel and vindictive as Kate and Willie Leaks just walk around with that big pleased smile on their face like they haven't been manipulating things behind the scene. So much of what happened to the Sussexes came right out of Kensington Palace, and it came from those two. I'm convinced of that. So much of it. They are as guilty as sin. So all I can say is thank you, Republic. Keep it coming. I'm here for it. And thank you for wiping that smug look off their faces. Yes, thank you for wiping that smug look off their faces. Wow, what a welcome. I love the reception committee. Moonstone, I think you're right. If you can fit the entire spaghetti in there, then in all likelihood it must be the large pan. Yeah, that makes sense. Good looking out. Thank you. Well, there was a lot of media outlets that actually cropped the photos so you could not see Republic in the background. They did some maneuvering to try to hide the Republic people, and the Republic people are at just the right angle to be seen by the crowd, by the cameras. Celebrity Chef got death threats after criticizing Meghan Markle's Netflix show. I have nothing against Meghan. It didn't sound like that when you were on Good Morning Britain. It certainly didn't sound like it there. I mean, he paid her a nice compliment by saying that she's a good actress, but he also said she should stick to what she does well, go to acting. But he was also being very offensive because not only did he say that she was a quite a good actress, but he really said that she was a good actress what is it? Well, how did he put it? That she was a good actress, whether she was on screen or not, meaning that she has faked her way through life, that she's always acting. We heard you, sir. We heard you. Um, this open mouth breather, he who cannot breathe unless his mouth is open, the slack jaw chef. And is this correct? Did I hear earlier that he had some money problems? That he's known to be kind of shady about money, and that he's not really the person that he says he is, that he's not as successful as he pretends. I think he's someone who has been getting by looking rather strange with all the, the hair and everything. And this idea that Netflix was trying to negotiate his appearance on with. Do you know how many amazing chefs that there are in the state of California? Do you know how many Michelin star chefs there are in these United States? Do you have any idea how many chefs that Meghan has been friends with over the year? And when one considers that, why would they have to go all the way over to the United Kingdom to find someone who's never had any kind of popularity on American television? Why would they ask him to appear alongside Meghan? Why would they ask him? What's the big draw for him? Meghan is there to cook. She's there to cook and share her lifestyle. Whether she's with the chef or she's with her friends, the show is going to happen. She has in mind the people that she wants to spend time with. And either is someone whose recipes appeal to her, someone whose type of food is something that she identifies with. I really doubt that they would have made some kind of movements or signals that we need you. Lex says, liar, says Netflix talked to him but didn't. Exactly. Thank you very much. That was what was it? The New York Post. The New York Post exposed that farce the other day. They exposed that the other day, that he was not called upon to appear with the Duchess of Sussex, that was all made up. Yep, that was all made up. Not even clever. So he wants to make a name for himself. He wants to, there it is right there. Celebrity chef Jameson Stocks, critical of Meghan Markle cooking show, wasn't invited to participate on Netflix series. Wasn't invited. I repeat, was not invited. Oh, where did I? Oh, that must have been the day before. Yeah, but he wasn't invited. So there you go. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Okay, let's get back over here. Oh yeah, so this is where we are. Here's another person from TikTok. His name is Lewis18. That's Lewis with 2 S. You can see it there in the right corner. What say you, Lewis? What say you? Let's see. Lewis, where are you, Lewis? Oh no, I think I lost Lewis. Oh, you know what? I think I lost Lewis. Well, here's what I can do. Oh, wait. I think I know where Lewis is. Louie, Louie. Where are you, Louie, Louie? By the way, I just saw somebody mention Tina Brown. I don't think I was not going to share the thing with Tina Brown, but I will tell you pretty much. Tina Brown, who is now in her 70s, nothing wrong with that, um, said that she had lunch with Princess Diana shortly before she died tragically and mysteriously in that tunnel in Paris. Tina Brown, who is a royalist, a monarchist, and very, very supportive of the royal family. Tina Brown, who used to edit the Variety magazine, or not Variety, Vanity Fair. She says that Meghan should have just kept her mouth shut. She should have just shut up. That she and Harry should have. This is what she put on her. What do they call it? Double stack or whatever. That they should have just waited until William became king, right? And essentially play along, allow them to abuse you, allow them to racially abuse your child Archie and any future children. That's essentially what she was saying. I'm paraphrasing. Stick around for the abuse. I did not agree with that when Philip was alive. I did not agree with that when the Queen was alive. I don't care what was going on with them. Harry and Meghan want us to have a family. They have a family. Harry and Meghan wanted to be independent of the British royal family, not just because of the abuse within the family and the institution, but the abuse from the press. So if you're going to abuse me, do it from 3,000 miles away or 5,000 miles away, not, just up the street or around the corner. And every time there's some type of royal event, this gets them away from the royal rota. It gives them a chance to be independent. And as someone once told me, you never give a person a stick to hit you over your head with, meaning that if you know somebody don't like you, don't just hand them a stick and then wait for them to clobber you. Just don't give them the stick. Don't give them the ammunition to hurt you, right? William may become king in the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years. And I suppose Harry and Meghan were supposed to just sit around and wait and wait and wait. Use up all of your life force, use up all of your energy playing this ridiculous game while the rest of the world has moved on. I don't think so. I don't see that as an option. That would be the most foolish thing that you could do. In this world, you have a right to marry. You have a right to move away, to move on. You have a right to speak to your family or not speak to your family. My point is, you have rights. You have rights. You have a right to a happy future that does not include being racially abused or playing second fiddle to an idiot. William is not smart. He's not kind, and he's not happy. So why would you sit down, win, and wait for that abuse when you could just move on with your life? And you certainly don't want to bring your kids up in a situation like that. You don't want your kids in that. I mean, William is going to be king, right? William is going to be king, and yet he suffered a fractured skull. He's a very serious injury. If they would allow something as careless as that or malicious as that to happen to William, what do you think would have happened with Archie and Lily if they were still over there in that system with people who don't believe that they should be there? I say no. They did the right thing. I said it before, and I will say it again. Those are some dangerous people. Very dangerous people. You don't want to get mixed up with that. If you know they don't like you, go. Go. Tina Brown is saying these things for the people that follow her and all that kind of stuff. She don't believe that herself. She just wants that support, that engagement from the people that follow her. But she don't believe it herself. She knows better. She knows what happened to Diana. We all know what happened to Diana. We're not supposed to speak about it in mixed company, but we know. So no, the best thing to do was to leave. So anyway, here's Lewis.
Controversial here. Has anyone watched the Netflix show? I'm going to say something quick controversial here. Has anyone watched the Netflix show With Love, Meghan, the series about Meghan Markle in her home? When I say I'm obsessed, like I am obsessed, like it's totally changed my perspective of her. I love her whole aesthetic, her whole vibe, everything she's making, bougie on a budget. I say budget. Her budget is different to my budget. But I'm literally obsessed. I'm literally away to the shop now to go buy some Le Creuset, get some new wooden serving boards, grow my own edible flowers, and rest assured, if you're coming to my house, you're getting flowers in your ice cube. But yeah, I'm honestly obsessed. Has anyone else watched it and has the same opinion? Because honestly, obsessed. So I'm going to say something quick.
Okay, sorry.
Something quick controversial here.
All right, stop. There we go. I couldn't make it stop. But yeah, so that was Lewis. He says it has changed the whole perspective or whatever, how he feels about her. Instead of being a casual observer, now he's all about Meghan. He's a changed person. How about that? And if you come to visit his house, you are going to have edible flowers. Just be ready for the edible flowers. He says, bougie on a budget. He said, I don't have the same budget, but he's going to try to bougie. So there you go. Sherry Ware says the welfare royals and the UK media were salivating just thinking about abusing Harry's and Meghan's children, Archie and Lily. Yeah. And the way those people operate, they would have had no hesitation with abusing them. None. I mean, this is the same media with using a baboon to represent a child. This is the same media that is trying to turn Louis into a court jester. I mean, was it Lorraine who was nursing a black eye or whatever she had the other day, Lorraine Kelly, who said that Louis was a clown? She referred to Louis, Prince Louis, a child. She referred to him as a clown. I could not get over this adult woman in media, and there was no backlash for it whatsoever. Louis, he's such a little clown. And that's acceptable. That's why I say I don't even want to think about what would have happened had they stayed over there. William, even though I don't like him, even though I don't care for him, there was so little regard for his well-being that he suffered a fractured skull from a golf club and spent the night in the hospital. Diana, of course, stayed with him at the hospital. Charles came and looked stupid for a minute and then left to be with Camilla. If there's that little regard for him, what do you think they would have for someone else? No, thank you. Y'all could have all of that. Tina Brown, her time has come and gone. Oh, I'm sorry. I got another one for you. Let's see. Here we go. I love her. I never heard of her before today. Lots of sound bites today, you guys. But I told you all yesterday, I said, I have been like inundated. Everyone on social media. It is all about with love, Meghan. And that's why they were so afraid of Meghan being successful, because people would see her for who she really is and not this monster that they tried to create. Their lies are not working. This is the biggest thing for the Sussexes since the docu-series with Harry and Meghan. Okay, here goes.
On Meghan's TV show With Love, Meghan. I had seen so many kind of stupid articles, a little bit like this, pitting Meghan Markle against Gwyneth Paltrow and saying that Meghan Markle is trying to be the new wellness, whatever. I was dubious about this show because I have done many a video on how problematic Gwyneth Paltrow is with her Goop brand. She doesn't acknowledge her privilege. Everything is incredibly overpriced, unattainable. Overall, Gwyneth can just be quite problematic when it comes to health, wellness, etc. So I was nervous about this. However, having watched 3 episodes so far, I'm pleasantly surprised. I think it's in like the first episode you see Meghan. I think she takes a bag of like Trader Joe's pretzels and she puts them into a cellophane bag. This is relatable to me because I'm used to celebrities, influencers telling me that I need to make my own pretzels, make my own peanut butter to go in the pretzel. But Meghan's just taking her pre-packaged pretzels from Trader Joe's. She's putting them in a cellophane bag. She's not giving me any shame or stigma around them. And that to me, that's relatable. But it was episode 3 that sold it for me. Episode 3, she has Roy Choi on. Not only does Roy talk about the problems with demonizing MSG, it was the last time you heard someone like Gwyneth Paltrow recognize that the demonization of MSG is steeped in racism. I'm sorry. Could not imagine Gwyneth Paltrow coming out, but she's cooking fried chicken and she's not shaming it. She's talking about having fast food, aka Jack in the Box, and not shaming herself. Like, there's not 1 ounce of shame, stigma, or morality around food, and I'm fundamentally here for it. And not only that, Meghan goes as far to say, I'm lucky enough to be able to have bees, chickens, be able to grow my own produce, etc. Quite honestly, the only celebrity I've ever heard say something similar to that was Katherine Heigl in her What I Eat in a Day. I can count on one hand how many times a celebrity has acknowledged their privilege around food, wellness, access, time. That shit's rare. And I even remember seeing a lot of people being like, oh, well, Meghan Markle is coming, like, trying to be a Martha Stewart. And we looked at Martha Stewart's What I Eat in a Day. She's talking about roasting a chicken, and she says something to the effect of, oh, and if you have a truffle lying around, I don't know about you, I don't have a truffle lying around. A chocolate one, maybe. And so in this day and age where we have the likes of Gillian Michaels last week telling us that certain types of salmon are bad for us, that we shouldn't have canned food, and quite literally reeking of privilege because she's buddied up to RFK and we're in this shit show that we're in right now. 202 weeks to go. I was pleasantly surprised so far, 3 eps in, at what has been covered, discussed, made, and the real lack of shame, stigma, morality around food, the acknowledging of one's privilege. I have thoughts on Meghan's TV show With Love, Meghan. I had seen so many kind of stupid.
Okay. So there you go. What? Yes, there's over 1,000 people, y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that like button. Doesn't cost you a thing. Hit that like button. Okay. I mean, it takes me 10 or 15 minutes. I thought I was going to fall out the chair. Princess Anne says, I don't watch The Crown on Netflix. She made it very clear that she doesn't watch The Crown on Netflix. She hasn't watched it. And she said, and that's why I was so shocked when I heard the actress that plays me saying how much time it took to do her hair. She said, I do my hair, it only takes me. Girl, I look at your hair and I say, it couldn't have been more than 10 or 15 minutes. To be honest with you, I look at your hair and I really think it could have been more than 5 minutes. So it certainly should come as no surprise that it would take you 10 or 15. Actually, I am surprised. If it took you 10 or 15 minutes to do your hair, I would be surprised. It don't take that much time to do that. Yeah, it doesn't take that much time to do your hair. So I wouldn't have told nobody that. I would have just kept that to myself. Because I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. How do you do that? Is that this thing where it says start a poll? Is that the one I should do? I don't know how to do that. You know, when I try to get creative and start fooling with stuff I've never used before, you know, I end up cutting the show off. So I'm kind of afraid to do something like that. That seems kind of complicated. So you say do the poll, huh? Okay. Let me see. Create a poll. Have y'all hit the, how you spell thumb? Thumbs up. Show enough. Okay, start the poll. Okay. Do y'all see it? I think, yeah, there it is. There's a poll up there. So y'all heard what she said. Hit that poll. Let us know whether or not you've done a thumbs up or not. Okay. So far, 97% says yes. Of course, 97% is just a few people, but okay. I'm going to have to do that more often. I've never used it before. Thank you, Antoinette Kennedy. All right. So again, It doesn't take her long to do her hair. One of the other reasons why it's so easy to do her hair is because a friend once told me, said, when your fro deserves the royal treatment, use Royal Fro, comb out, style, and setting spray. So she's using a product called Royal Fro. Yeah, Stephen Black alerted me to that. She's using something called Royal Fro. There you go. Hit that like button, please. And of course, if you want your hair to look like hers and you're afraid of electrical shock, you could always use something called Royal Fro. And guess what? I'm done. Well, I went about 42 minutes past time, but I'm done. Happy birthday again, Legs. Many happy returns of the day. And again, a big hello and love from Dorothy Ross. And what else? I think that's it. Okay, you guys. We're going to get under an hour one of these days soon. But I love where we are right now as a community. I'm really enjoying this this movement that has kicked off, especially with the all of the women that have come out for our Duchess, all of the men that have come out for our Duchess. This has been great. This has been great. Let's see. Yeah, that was it. I don't have anything else. Oh, you know what? I do have the thing with Tina Brown. I did save it. Okay, if you guys want to stick around and listen to that, here goes.
It's racist. Meghan Markle Sussex deserves an apology, specifically from Tina Brown, former editor of Vanity Fair, and everyone who is giving her this specific feedback, because I'm pretty sure it's racist. And if it's not racist, then it's just flat out jealousy. And I'm talking to you, Tina Brown, former editor of Vanity Fair, with your little Substack. Tina Brown has a Substack and sent a disgusting newsletter out to her subscriber. But it all makes sense, and I'm going to tell you why. So Tina Brown, she sent out a newsletter that said, Meghan has come out with a show about fake perfection. She's never figured out her persona, and she masquerades as an influencer, calling her a follower and saying she's behind the curve. She made fun of the bee scene. She called it preposterous. Okay, and then she says, they made the wrong decision leaving the royal family. Okay, this is where it gets like sus. Like, okay, where's this going? Then she says, I quote, all Meghan had to do was shut up and wait. Oh, you want the woman to shut up. I said in a previous post, that's all anybody wants from Meghan. It's to shut up and be grateful. Tina is a 70-year-old woman who obviously is not keeping up with the times, but there's more. So she said basically they should have waited till William became king and then announced whatever, their new venture. Some people have to make money, Tina Brown. And then she makes fun of American Riviera for her not figuring out the copyright issue. I'm like, Tina Brown, British journalist. There we have it. British, outdated, 70-year-old, patriarchal royalist, right? If we're going to talk fake perfection, then we need to talk about every single woman on the Food Network show. I worked for Martha Stewart. If you want to talk about fake perfection, we could talk about that. Martha had a team of 50 people crafting for her and producers like me telling her what to say. I'm not saying Martha isn't like this in real life. She is, but it takes a whole bunch of people to make shows like this. I think Tina Brown, if you're subscribing to her Substack, you should hit unsubscribe. And I think everyone who has said this, I almost think racist thing needs to apologize to Meghan Markle. What do you think? Meghan Markle Sussex deserves an apology, specifically from.
Now, see, I want you to see the difference here. There are young journalists that just happen to be white and happen to be British that will speak up and speak out. They will speak truth to power. They will call out a racist when someone is being racist. But I'm just going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say that it happens more often per capita, per let's say if you took 100 journalists, I believe that because of the civil rights movement. See, I grew up in the 60s and 70s, and there were a lot of journalists at the time who worked really, really hard, white journalists, exposing racism, the civil rights movement. If you think a lot of people came out for George Floyd and that's something that has never happened before, seeing Black people being hosed down and chased with dogs and such on American television was more than a lot of people could bear, especially young, idealistic people from rural communities, suburbs that wanted to be journalists, right? And there are, I would just say, you're more likely to have someone white call out another white person as a racist in the United States than you would probably in the United Kingdom, because the journalists there, they seem to belong to a club. They seem to have all gone to the right schools. I've shared that demographic with you before, where you're practically branded a monarchist and a royalist from birth, right? And so it would be unusual. I mean, compare what she just said to some of the young women that look just like her on British television, in the British media. Compare her age, her demographic, compare her to some of the ones that you see over there. I don't know the exact numbers. I don't. But I just have a feeling that there would be quite a gap in between the two countries, where a younger person in media, in journalism, and the likelihood that they would speak out about something like that. But she's directly calling out Tina Brown. You know, Tina Brown is really big in media, and she doesn't care. She doesn't care. Did you see all of those young people who knew that they would probably be throwing their career away because they wanted to protest a genocide that is happening in our lifetime? So when I hear people say that the young people nowadays, they don't have that kind of grit, they don't have that kind of character, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. I believe that certain people are called upon in their lives to do certain things. And this young lady is calling out Tina Brown. I applaud her. I applaud her. She didn't have to do this, but she wanted to. So, here's your flowers. There you go. Now, what is her name? I have no idea. I have no idea. She's on TikTok. I cannot make that out to save my life. It's kind of lost in the pattern of the sweater she's wearing, but good for her. Good for her. See, it's not scary. You can call out someone for racism, you can call them out. You don't have to look the other way. You don't have to go along and get along. You just call them out. There really is a little difference on this side of the Atlantic. We're not perfect. I mean, look who we just got reelected president. But little less than half voted against him. A little more than half voted for him. And I'm speaking of the registered voters, not a particular demographic, but a little less than half voted against him, a little more than half voted for him. I would invite her to the picnic. I think she can come to the picnic. The UK is controlled by their media and downplay anything in regards to racism. They try to keep the classist structure. Look at what happened in August with the racist attacks. Not even a blip. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It was barely picked up. Yeah. Well, you know, nowadays there are so many more people that are writers that would not write the kind of filth that that you see in the with the tabloid media. They're you know, and some of them they do get hired. They will get hired, but they're not going to write that filth. They're just not going to do it. I mean, the ultimate goal in the past, that is, the ultimate goal was to write for a big city newspaper. Maybe you would do editorials on television and such. I mean, there, you know, there was some powerhouse newspapers in this country, and some of them evolved. Some of them were not always as open and liberal and or woke, if you will, as they pretend they are. You know, there were, but I think we don't give enough credit to the evolution that this country has gone through since the civil rights movement. And back in the 80s, I would say for African Americans, the 80s was an amazing time because I remember my family, we had a family cookout, one time. And I was so proud because I remember one of the neighbors, they were just like, wow, look at all them new cars on the street. And I was very proud because all those new cars was in my family. And, you know, so many people owned homes. Most of them worked for, you know, big companies and such, you know, manufacturing. My aunt that passed away recently, she was an executive secretary. And, you know, she learned a lot about corporate America. And I was so proud of her. Those kind of things. But once, you know, the crack epidemic and such, and Reagan, and well, it seemed like things started going backwards. And I can't really speak for what's happening right now because Donald Trump is an anomaly. The way that he has managed to maneuver, and with the help of a lot of people, but the so-called liberal media is not so liberal anymore. I'm not sure that it ever was, but being a liberal media was a money-making proposition back in the old days. But because most people get their news from social media as opposed to legacy media, those that are left depending upon the legacy media are probably more conservative, more set in their ways or whatever, in comparison to the younger crowd that's on social media. And so legacy media is declining on a daily basis. So you really have to do a lot of things if you want to be a writer, if you want to make changes in society and such. You really have to use a lot of imagination, because the old template, the old blueprint of get a job at the local newspaper. What newspaper? What newspaper? Most of them are gone, or they're online now or whatever. Well, I say it is. I say it is, because there's a lot of people that support Trump that also voted for Barack Obama. Barack Obama could not have been president if those same people had not voted for him. Not all of them, but some of them. But the public is very fickle. And there are some people that will blow whichever way the wind is blowing. And I've never seen anything like a Donald Trump. I don't know that anybody has ever seen anything like him. Someone today made the point that Donald Trump turned the White House into a Tesla dealership. And I'm just like, well, I mean, I'm not surprised, but this is the point that they were making. This is the point that they were making, is that the Republicans, the conservatives, the anti-this, the anti-that people that helped put that monster into the White House, right? They were against electric vehicles. All they wanted was their ICE, the internal combustion engine. They want their ICE vehicles, the internal combustion engine, gasoline, diesel. They're not driving nothing electric. We don't want it. And now their standard bearer, the leader of the Republican Party, was at the White House with a list of prices, APR, all kind of stuff, telling you to buy a Tesla. And I'm going to buy one too. You see? Do you see how shocking and surprising that is? This person who helped build his brand by calling electric vehicles woke. And we're not going to have that here. And no. Now, all of a sudden, this man is at the White House like he's a car dealer. Of course, you know, his personality is that of a used car dealer, but most people in this country are left of center. Most people in this country, when it comes to their vote, are usually very liberal. But the fear tactics that they have used against people of color, against immigration, all of those things has managed to culminate into something evil, and that's Donald J. Trump. If the right person comes along, like Joe Biden was able to sway people away from the Republicans and toward the Democrat Party. But The inflation, which of course I blame Donald Trump because of him ignoring the pandemic. And of course, the Palestine, the fact that there's a genocide going on. And, if you're president, you're responsible. That's just the way life is. And it didn't help some of the things that, Joe Biden said out of his own mouth did not help the Democrats. But if it wasn't for those things, Donald Trump wouldn't be there right now. I'm convinced of that. But there's a lot of people who just stayed home. If the people who felt a certain way would have come to the polls, we would have our first woman president right now. But it wasn't that they voted against her, they just didn't vote. And I don't blame them. I mean, they have some good reasons why they stayed home, because they did not like certain things that had happened. And I respect that. I mean, I wish they would have gone to the poll, but they didn't. But there's never been anything like Donald Trump and his ability to get away with the things that he gets away with. We've never had someone who just repeatedly stood there and told one lie after the other, one lie bigger than the last. A president who's threatening Canada, threatening Panama, threatening Greenland. We've never had such a thing. So you cannot tell me that he's not an anomaly. He is an anomaly. The things that he gets away with is something I've never seen in my lifetime. I hope I never see it again. And on paper, he should not be there. A convicted felon. Most people would not have even tried to run. The whole thing about grabbing the vajayjay, most people would have dropped out, but not Donald Trump. So respectfully, I'm going to say he is an anomaly. There's not many people who could have survived what he survived politically and ultimately end up in the White House. This man caused January 6th. That should have been the end of it. I can sit here and list so many things that should have been the end of it, but it wasn't. He just keeps coming back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've been observing quite a lot for this second term, and none of this is normal. It's just not normal. We've had plenty racist presidents, plenty of them, but to this degree that we would have a president siding with Vladimir Putin, and it's okay. The whole alliance with the United States and Europe, the NATO alliance, Donald Trump may very well end NATO. If there was ever an opportunity to make that happen, he's the one who could do it and would do it. I just don't know any other president who could get away with such a thing, even mentioning ending NATO. That would not happen. And yet, that's exactly what we're looking at. I'm going to share two more things with you guys, and then I'm going to say goodnight. Let me see. But Canada, we're causing bad blood between the United States and Canada because of the person in the White House. Now, I don't have to tell you what this represents. I don't have to tell you what this represents. That is the American bald eagle and the Canadian goose. You really don't expect that to end well, do you? But when provoked, anybody is gonna fight their corner. If you mess with people enough, you're gonna find out that they ain't no punk. Now, what you think of that? What do you think of that? That's what this has turned into. I mean, there's Canada up there minding their business, and here comes Donald Trump. And so as a result, the Canadians have never been more united, they say. And the same goes for Mexico. The same goes for Mexico. And you know, the Mexican eagle, that's a eagle with a snake in its mouth, in his beak and talon. So anyway, I love this as a metaphor. I really do. What it's saying is back off. Back off. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Yeah, you look at that first one, you're just like, But sometimes things don't go the way you expect it will. If you keep playing, we're going to be sitting up here paying $10 a gallon for gas, and some people are going to be sitting up there with no lights. Yep, you keep messing around, some people ain't going to even have no lights. So there you go. All right, I'm going to say goodnight. I will see you all next time. And it's been great. It's been a great week. And this love fest will continue because this is going to really change a lot of things. And cheers to all of the La Crusade Brigade. This is a situation where people have been united under a rainbow of fruit. What is that bread? Whatever bread she made. And of course, salted fish. There's so many things that are bringing us together. Korean chicken. I'm going to have to try that, though. I'm really going to have to try that. I know myself, I'm going to get real greedy and try to make too much, but I have got to try that chicken. I'm obsessed with it. I cannot stop thinking about it. Ah, focaccia. Thank you. The focaccia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what makes me I'm more angry by the fact that I know that they know better. I'm not I am bothered by the fact that they're saying it, but I'm even more triggered because I know that they know better, right? Tina Brown has lived in the United States long enough to know better. She's been here long enough to know better. But I don't know how or why there's so many people that are feeding into this anti Meghan because of a cooking show, because of a lifestyle show. I mean, it's just a lifestyle show. But I do believe that a lot of people have been called upon. The orders come from the top. Get out there and say something. Get out there and do something. Yeah. Say something, do something. Oh, well, that is it then. Mama wants to know who stole the jam. Oh, no, that's not the right one. There we go. Karma. Yeah. Rory, I'm trying to remember. There was someone who was saying that I can't remember who it was, but they were saying that someone as iconic as Meghan causes panic amongst white supremacists because I forgot what it is, but it's not Meghan as an individual, but the things that she represents. And I can't remember who said that. But those people on the other side of things, if you will, they have to take down any left-leaning icon, anyone who's more liberal in their thinking or actions, anyone who is not anti this and anti that, they have to take them down because they represent things that they would like for people. Because I guess essentially what they were saying is, if you can shut them down, then other people will be afraid to speak up. Yep. Well, they're probably buying some pans for Kate. I think next you're going to see Kate in the kitchens of one of those several homes trying to cook something. Yep. Probably Kate and her mother, something like that. You're going to have them cooking something. It's already in the works. Or maybe they have William and Kate. They have William and Kate with the teaching the kids to cook. Angela Simmons, thank you very much. Okay, 2 hours, 17 minutes. All right, we have gone way over. All right, love you guys. I will see you next time. Thank you, moderators. No bad energy.